So while I was making the video for the video that I just released, which is talking about the coming update, Darkflow has decided to release new weapons and vehicles for said coming update as well. So of course, being the guy who makes reviews video about the personal use infantry weapons, I of course have to give my 2 cents about the topic. I also can talk about some of the tanks, because I know some of them from War Thunder, but I may be 100% wrong. But then again, all of this is mostly based on my personal experience, as well as my thoughts and process throughout the entire time grinding pretty much almost every single faction except America, up until now at least. And yeah, saying that, if there are some things that you disagree with, that's completely fine. Just let me know down below what you disagree with, and maybe let me know why you disagree. Anyway, let's start looking through this update by starting with the Soviet Union. Soviet Union is getting the Chinese Type 88 rifle, which is basically, as is mentioned, a Chinese bolt action rifle based on the Gewehr 1888 rifle, chambered for the 8x57mm cartridge. And just so you guys know, this is different from the 792x57 Mauser. And if any of you have the actual Gewehr 1888 from the really old days of Enlisted, then you know how powerful that rifle actually is. But for me, that is not the selling point of this rifle. There's also the on-block clip, which, fast reload and everything. What's my concern about this rifle is the iron sights. It's going to be in better rating 1, so that means it's going to be compared with the M1907 carbine, the M91 Dragoon, the Mosin Nagant in M91. The thing is that for the 1907 and the M91 Dragoon, I'm really not a huge fan of their iron sights. Like, I really cannot see the front sight at all. And worst case scenario, I'm shooting at somebody in the dark, where my iron sights just completely disappear. So I would say that this rifle is more or less a little bit of a pointless addition, unless of course the iron sights are very forgiving to use. Really, Darkflow? Soviet Union are only getting the bolt action rifle? Come on. Anyway, moving on, Germany getting the Key E7, which is the Swiss Browning automatic rifle. Again, Darkflow. Why? Darkflow, I get it, it's not as if Germany doesn't have a automatic light machine gun that they could use in a short range engagement in a more aggressive offensive role, And of course, Germany is getting the Ferdinand. Darkflow, I know you are eyeing the Yak Tiger. just say it at this point. There's really no hiding it. Although what made me curious is that it's gonna be in Battle Rating 4. Like, sure, Battle Rating 4 is gonna be facing Battle Rating 5. But in the event that this thing actually gets a down tier, this thing is gonna be a monster. And why? This is basically what I would describe as a Tiger 2 minus the turret. Yeah, this thing is supposed to be the Tiger Porsche, the rejected Tiger chassis, and of course it comes with that 200mm upper front plate here and here. So that means doesn't matter which battle rating you're in, even the IS-2 will have difficulty penetrating your upper front plate. And you may notice that sure, it does have the corner wedges here that you can definitely penetrate, but here's to hoping that Darkflow didn't exactly 100% copy from War Thunder, because if they did, then the Ferdinand on the inside actually has a separate compartment, like separate crew space from the driver, the machine gunner, and the turret crew. So that means if I penetrate this and then it has high explosive shell and then detonate and then take out the driver and machine gunner right here, the rest of the crewmen in the gun housing in the turret will be completely fine. I guess that the only weakness that this thing has is the fact that it has a very massive top face armor, so that means fire up your KV2, guys. And then moving on, United States or Western Allies, they are getting the 1919 A4, which is in Battle Rating 4. Like, Darkflow, are you secretly watching my videos or something? Nah, I'm kidding, but several weeks ago during the British vs Italy event, I made mention that the Western Allies don't exactly have a medium machine gun. Yeah, that's right. If you go and look at the American tech tree right now, all they have is light machine guns that uses a box magazine or an auto rifle. all the way until end tier, the very last light machine gun to grind is the M1919A6. That's when they finally get a medium machine gun. So yes, this is definitely going to be a big welcome. And sure, it's going to be in battle rating 4, so that means it's going to be facing battle rating 5. But the thing is, this means that this is going to be a lot cheaper to buy and upgrade as compared to the 1919A6. Now, I'm a little bit skeptical about them adding the B25. I mean, sure, it's a plane that allows you to recreate the Doolittle rate, and it's more or less a counter to the Junkers 188 on the German Tech 3. But the thing is, you're in a battle rating where you're either facing really fast fighters or the jets. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure if you really want something this large or chunky to be dropping bombs. Like, sure, you can drop 6 500-pound bombs, but here's the thing though, you also have the P-47 that's way faster. But I mean, like, if you think that this is necessary, then by all means, you know, the gunners can really tear up enemy planes should they need to. You have like dorsal turrets, tail turrets, nose turret, and base turrets. And you also have 6 50 caliber machine gun pointing forwards. And now Japan. Dark Flow. Where was this 2 years ago? Adding the Type 2 submachine gun that uses the 6.5 cartridge. I'm not sure if this cartridge is the 6.5x50 semi-rim. I'm assuming it is, since I'm more or less shown that Japan never really developed an intermediate cartridge. If this is gonna be like every other Type 2 submachine gun, then yes, this is gonna be a very welcome addition to Japanese Tech 3, because I am still not too very happy about you adding the M2 carbine sound-off. Just so you know, Dark Flow. You really should have added this instead. But yeah, something tells me this might have a significantly stronger recoil, because you know, the other Type 2A submachine guns are using 8mm Nambu, which is a little bit low powered, so it has like basically no recoil whatsoever. Meanwhile, if this thing is actually in fact using 6.5x50 Arisaka, then yeah, we should actually expect some kind of a recoil with this thing. And then of course they're adding a Cheeto lid. Again, this should have been added in the previous update, Dark Flow. Would have been a much better choice than the Chinu 2. If anybody is wondering what's the difference between the Cheeto lid and the Cheeto that's currently in the game, this comes with a sloped armor, meaning that it's actually better protected as compared to the Cheeto that is basically a Japanese Panzer IV. So by adding the sloped upper front plate, it should definitely improve its protection, and with the long barrel cannon to pair with it. But at this point, it's going to be compared between the Cheeto lid and the Chiri. A choice between slightly better protection or a tank that has a same 75mm caliber but has a 3 seconds auto-loader. Whichever you want is pretty much up to you. So I will definitely be looking forward to this, because the Soviets 85mm and the American 76mm guns, I wonder how will they fare against a angled armor like this. But anyway, that's more or less my take on all these planes and tanks and firearms that's coming out this coming update. I'm definitely happy to see some of the addition, like the United States M1919A4 as well as the Japanese assault gun. But the others is, I'll leave it to the players whether they really like it or not. I mean, I can see the destructive potential of the Ferdinand for one. But yeah, that's more or less my take on the coming update. And of course, as per usual, if there are things you disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments and why you disagree. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Cheers!